Hi everybody, Tom Oates from the Wisconsin State Journal and madison.com here. And really isn't this just like the Milwaukee Bucks? They hit the trade deadline with a 30-23 record, solidly in the playoffs, having a great season, kind of a rejuvenation season with good chemistry and a pleasing style and players playing hard. And what happens? They go and trade their best player. Leading scorer, Brandon Knight, big deal, really only two names, Brandon White and Michael CarterWilliams, a swap of point guards and a three-team deal. But really, what in the name of Herb Cole is going on here? They do this, it seems like this happens so often with the Bucks, but the reality is this is an entirely different deal. It's not Tobias Harris for a 3-month rental of J.J. Redick. This is the opposite. This is playing for the future. The Bucks brass, the new owners, and all the brass have said, "Look, we're building a championship team here. Don't get too excited about the immediate future. Get excited about the future down the line." And this really played into it. This is exactly what they said they were going to do, and they're doing it. They did this to bolster their roster with younger players, with longer contracts, longer rookie contracts. Still, you hate to lose a Brandon Knight. He's really become a very good player, but the reality is they were going to lose Brandon Knight after next season. He's going to be a restricted free agent next season. The telling thing was when he didn't re-sign with the Bucks long term prior to this season. So, and over the All-Star break, he talked about wanting to play for a winning team. It was unlikely they were going to keep him beyond next season. So they made a deal that actually worked for them, I think, in many ways. It's too bad, but Brandon Knight doesn't really fit what Jason Kidd and this new brass wants in a point guard. They want Knight does not have great instincts for a point guard. He's not big enough to be a two guard, yet he's a good enough player that he's going to command max money when he does sign a big long-term free agent deal. So, ideally, you'd love to see a guy like Brandon Knight be your sixth man, be your first guard off the bench at either spot. He'd be a great player that way, but the contract situation is not going to allow the Bucks to pay him that way. So they were going to lose Brandon Knight. What they recouped, I think, was a great piece to their future. I think Michael CarterWilliams fits exactly what Jason Kidd wants as a point guard. Although he's taller at 6'6" and a lot longer, he's a lot like Jason Kidd as a point guard. A great defensive player, great passer, great instincts, not a great outside shooter. The Bucks are giving that up, but Michael Carter is what they want. In summation, I think what you have to say from this deal is it's pretty clear who's running the Milwaukee Bucks, Jason Kidd, because this is a player he liked. This is a player who fits what he does with his length and his defensive ability, and the Bucks will go forward in the image of Jason Kidd, which, based on the way he's coached the first half of the season, is not a bad idea.